morning. So I've had a few friends that requested that I do a little video about what it's like driving the propane truck and delivering. So I thought I'd try to do that today. I don't have any high quality video equipment, but we'll see how this turns out. I'll try to do the best I can. So it's Saturday morning, and I'm headed in to grab my truck. So there's been a really high number of people that have been without power since Wednesday, and it's Saturday now. So today, I believe all I'm doing is filling up tanks that are powering generators that are starting to run low because of the duration of this power outage. So that's what I'm going in to do today, is to fill some tanks to keep people's generators running until they get power back. So once I get to the yard, I'll record a little bit more about my pre-trip, and then try to follow along with my day. It sounds like I don't have very many deliveries, but they're spread pretty far apart, so it'll be a lot of driving today. So I'll take you along for the trip, see how this video turns out without any of the proper equipment to do it. Run inside and clock in and grab my keys, and then we'll get started. Okay, so I thought I'd go over a portion of the pre-trip with you. I pulled the truck out here so it wasn't as dark in the garage. I did forget to record. I did everything under the hood already. I checked the fluids, checked for leaks, etc. Completely forgot to record that, but I'll show you a little bit of the walk around pre-trip that I do. So I always look at the truck from afar, make sure everything looks right, it's not leaning too much. I check the lights, headlights are on, flashers are, all four of the flashers in the front are working, all my clearance lights at the top look good. Check that all the lug nuts are present and they look tight. Tire tread is good. The truck is clean, nothing's loose, falling. Everything's secured that should be. Again, on the rears, checking for pressure. Tire tread, all the lug nuts are present. My door is secure, hose reel is secure. I checked the amount of fluid I have on board. I'm on an incline right now, but when I was flat in there, I had 8% left, so we're gonna head to the pumping station to fill up in a minute. Again, on this side, lug nuts all look good. Tire tread and wear is good. Doors are secure. station to get filled up. Enjoy the ride there. Alright, hopefully you can hear me okay over the loud fans of the air conditioning. It's about 90 degrees and really high humidity. So we just finished filling the tank with propane at the pumping station, and now we're going to head to our first stop. Okay, so my instructions say that we are going to back down this driveway. And where are the dogs? Try to roll my windows down when I'm backing, just so I can hear somebody yelling stop or something. We put a ticket in the meter here. Okay, put that ticket in the meter. Gonna mark that we arrived, and then start the delivery. And turn our pump on. worked out. Check for the dog. So these tanks are at about 15%. I mentioned the liquid level indicator before. I don't know if you can see it in the video. It's right in here. So right now there's vapor coming out of there. And then as soon as the tank's full, you'll see it change to liquid. There's a little spurt of it, but that's just the waves of the liquid in the tank. So it's still just waves. There we go. You see that? So liquid coming out of the bleeder, so that tells us that tank's full. Tank 2. So these tanks here are for a pool heater, to heat that pool. So people think of propane as a winter only thing for heating and things like that, but people use propane for all kinds of things. So in this case, pool heaters. Almost everything else we're doing today is generators. Landscapers use it for their mowers. There's lots of industrial uses for forklifts and for coolers. The drywall and construction industry uses it. And now I would say more and more transportation. So we do a lot of school bus fleets. So maybe what once was there we go, what once was just a winter thing, it is now definitely a all year round thing. Okay, we'll print their ticket, wrap up this hose, move on to the next stop. Look at set off the liquid to my line. Roll the hose back onto the reel. And then I often get them their ticket from the passenger side of the truck. So I can do it all from just standing on this bottom step. Throw my gloves over there, shut off the pump. We keep the top copy. And then their copy goes into one of these door hanger envelopes. Let's throw that on their door. this house with the deer in the yard. See the deer? Alright, let me get positioned to back in, and then I'll rejoin you once we get in. Alright, here we are. This is a berry tank. It's 500 gallons, I believe, for a pool heater. All right. So this is an underground or berry tank. Okay, we're only at 20%. We'll get this thing filled and then moving on to the next stop. So I mentioned that this isn't really work or a job for me. It's almost like a hobby. And I want to show you why I compare it to motorcycle riding. I mean, look at these views. Spend a lot of time in these nice, amazing, peaceful settings, driving through incredible scenery, getting to take in these awesome views as my tanks fill. So I just looked up and noticed this view and thought I would share it. This is definitely one of the perks. Alright, so here's their filling station. This is a 1,000-gallon tank right here. It was around 15% full, so we'll probably give it about 600 gallons right now. So they average 600 to 800 gallons a week or so of propane. And they use this filling station to fill these tanks right here, which their mowers run off of. Alright, there we are. We got our liquid. So we know we're full. 580 gallons we put in this tank. So I'm going to seal this thing on up and get on the way to the next stop. Alright, we got about a 45-minute drive to our next stop. let's get started. Underground tank. Alright, let's go fill this tank. You can see it out there in the middle of the yard. Sounds like their generator may have shut off. I guess that could mean one of two things. Either this tank here is empty, not the case, or the power came back on today, which I hope is the case for them. So this tank's at about 30%. Horse. thanks for joining me on my day delivering propane. Hopefully you understand a little bit more about it and why I enjoy it so much. So we worked 9 hours today. We were in the truck for 8 hours and 45 minutes of that. Drove 126 miles. Only 10 deliveries, but 2,140 gallons of propane were delivered today. And again, most of the deliveries today were for folks who have been without power for 4 days now, and we're just trying to keep their generators running. So again, thanks for joining me on the day. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them down in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer whatever I can.